Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
That's what I tell them. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. How to code, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with the Hangout and Highlight session. And I just want to tell you, I'm excited about this one. I got my guys on with us from Indy, Dr. Lars Rascoe and David Gibson. And these men, they run the Boys to Men program there in Indy. Just amazing guys doing amazing work to make a positive difference in our world. And it's my pleasure to have them on, to highlight them, to kind of, let my audience know kind of about the program, about these men, what they do, and hopes that, if there's some way that you guys out there can support them, right? Funding, support them, trip for kids, support them. We're looking to do all of that, right? However we can help. But first off, thank you guys so much for taking the time to hang out with me.
Appreciate it being here.
Yeah, man, it's a pleasure and an honor, Chip.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Back to us.
Yeah. Well, what I'd like to do, just give each of you an opportunity to talk about you personally and your background. And Doc, we'll start with you. Just kind of, give us the rundown of your history and what you've done for so long and retired. Talk to us about all of that.
Yes, sir. So my background is education. I went to North Central High School. Counselors said I wasn't college material, so I didn't know what I was doing. But PE teachers saved me when they had me participate in gymnastics, and that got me all the way to Indiana State University. Started taking manufacturing classes. Again, I didn't realize what they were doing to me. I was just doing what I had been doing in high school, and before I knew it, I was in the process of getting a teaching degree. So industrial arts, technology education, all of that. But my fourth year into teaching was sitting with some administrators at the central office level, and they were trying to figure out what to do with these kids. And they decided that they were going to go and support the top 3% with the baccalaureate program. And for me, I was frustrated because as a student that didn't really do well in school and no one had actually told me what my potential was, I wanted to do something with those C, D students, those ones that are quiet, that are just kind of in their own place. And so me and three other teachers came together and we basically started coming together on Friday nights, hanging out. And after about a year and a half, Boys to Men came out of this. Transitioned to administration for a little while. And then we were able to connect with Department of Child Services. And at that point, Boys to Men became a 501c3. So I left education to go down this road that has now been 31 years. Working with a lot of young people, looking for young people in the middle school age that are coachable, where their parents are wanting to be engaged. And it's about transformation, intentional relationships.
Yeah.
We're not trying to save everyone, but we want those who want to be saved. And so trying to get them early, middle school, before they get to high school. We believe exposure is the key. So if we're going to put them in a place where they can see success, they can walk around it, they can have people that are doing it, that's going to help them as they transition into high school.
So good.
That's what I've been doing.
That's awesome. First off, congratulations to you, Doc, on on that journey. I think it's amazing. I think, when you look at students and children, I mean, and even, education systems like we were talking about, I think you can't get enough good people.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You can't get enough good people in those systems. And, as I heard you talk about like the years, 31 years, I'm reflecting on, since I know you guys and know people in the program, I'm reflecting. I want to make sure I put this out there. I'm reflecting on being at the space and seeing how the kids totally enjoy it. Right. I'm reflecting on being in the space and seeing how the mentors totally enjoy it. Right. I'm reflecting on uh, being in the space and hearing uh, fathers that are mentors talk about how they got involved because their son was a mentee. And now
Yes.
their son is grown and, doing, big boy stuff now, and so it's just so good when you can do great things like that and it benefits so many people. And I think a lot of times we just think, we're just, striving to make a positive difference in one. And so a lot of times we don't really see that huge ripple effect. Like we know kind of, but like when we can really see it like that, man, I think it's really heartwarming. You want to talk to that a little bit, Doc?
Yeah, we have a lot of different examples of young people that uh, didn't know the direction they were going. And so coming alongside the mentors, um, building that trust and that safe space where they want to, try, and the hope that once they
Hmm.
put some effort into it, it's going to produce something. You think about COVID, a lot of people gave up in COVID, because things were just taken away from them. So I think with our relationships that we have with these young people, we're believing in them, and so they believe in us that we believe in them, and so they are striving for success. And man, I can't tell you how many pastors we have now, how many
Awesome.
um, engineers we have now,
Yeah.
business owners, just in the fact that we showed them it is possible and we put them around individuals that could show them that, I can do this.
Yeah.
We've been on 150 college campuses at this point. These are eighth and ninth graders, seventh, eighth, ninth graders. They're walking the campus so that they can feel it, not just talking about it, but get them there so they can feel it. Um, we have a young man, he's actually switched to uh, running his own company, but he was going to be the youngest franchise owner with Chick-fil-A. This was last year. And he realized he wants to help more people becoming
Business owners.
business owners.
And entrepreneurs.
Yeah. And not just getting stuck in Chick-fil-A. And so he's created his own company. So it's almost like the exact same thing we were doing with Boys to Men for him in eighth grade. Now, how old is Isaiah?
He's in
20,
late 20s.
Yeah.
Late 20s.
27, 28 years old. He's now doing that across the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's a blessing, huge blessing.
Yeah.
Well, D1, I want to make sure, man, we give you an opportunity to, share about who you are and what you do in your background, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. So, first and foremost, my ties to the organization. Dr. Rascoe actually was my teacher in middle school, where I was a part of the program at the middle school, Guyan Creek Middle School here in Indianapolis at the time. And ultimately, I joke with him from time to time because ironically, he was my technology teacher. And if anybody knows anything about Dr. Rascoe, he knows nothing about technology. So I don't know how he got away with that gig. But nonetheless,
That's too funny.
years after that, Dr. Rascoe and I crossed paths and we ran into one another. And at the time, I was stepping into the speaking circuit and starting my own business as a professional speaker. And Dr. Rascoe invited me to come speak to the young men. And my mindset was, yeah, I want to give back. I want to pour back into an organization that has poured into me. And after speaking at that particular session, I never left. And that was way back in 2012,
Yeah.
I want to say. So since then, again, a little bit about me. It's not even about me. It's a we thing, not a me thing, right? But, I'm a professional speaker. I've got a personal growth platform where I empower leaders, helping them think with more clarity, lead with more confidence, and ultimately take consistent actions towards their goals. So I speak at a variety of different conferences and events. I host my own events, and I got a media production company where we share inspiring stories. But ultimately, when I began to connect with boys to men, I saw the need, right? Because like I mentioned, I was once in their shoes. And then as we continue to progress, this next generation that we're focusing on, there's a number of different challenges that they're facing in the day to day. So definitely, I feel as if it's a calling. It's definitely an honor to be a part of the organization. And it's a mission that we're on to empower our young people, to provide them with leadership skills, life characteristics that will ultimately help them be effective as they approach opportunities in life, whether it be in the community, whether it be in their professional life. But ultimately, our goal is to really help them become everything that they've been called to be. And it's been amazing to witness, like Dr. Rascoe has mentioned, the evolution in many of the young people that have come through our organization. I think we ran the numbers not too long ago, but up until this point, after 31 years of existence, we've served over 4,500 different families. Collectively, we have accumulated over 20,000 community service hours. And like you mentioned, we visited over 150 college campuses. But it doesn't even speak to the true impact of the entire organization, where we frequently have young men that are coming back and sharing with us how mentors and, coaches have poured into them and assisted them in becoming more effective men and more effective leaders within the work that they're doing. So it's definitely something that is needed. And Boys to Men is an organization that is spearheading that mission.
Yeah.
Man, it gave me chills when you spit out those numbers. That's a lot
Yeah.
of impact.
Yeah.
Lots of impact. Well, I was gonna ask, like history of the program, but you guys kind of hit on that as far as, the years and some of the numbers. Are there any other thing that you guys would like to hit about the history of the program?
I think the biggest thing is we were trying to figure out what was the right niche for what we're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And building these relationships, these transformational relationships, we decided it was that middle school age. And so testosterone is just kicking in. Moms don't recognize their boys anymore. The boys are trying to figure out their own way. They're smelling themselves very stinky. All of those things are going on. But we didn't want to compete with the attitude in high school.
No.
And so we targeted the sixth, seventh, and eighth graders. When we have these one-on-one conversations with moms as they're enrolling their boys, it is really about, are they going to be coachable?
Yeah.
Do they want to grow? Because as we've done this over 31 years, we are running into organizations and opportunities that most people don't know exist.
Mm-hmm.
So for an example, in Indianapolis, there's a program called C-Scope. This optometrist decided that she wanted to learn how to scuba dive. And it got her to the point where she started her own 501c3. She's doing this for young ladies and minorities, that kind of thing. And so we connected. First thing for African Americans is water safety. Because, African Americans
Don't
don't
know how
have
to swim.
access and we
Don't know how
don't
to swim.
Yeah.
don't have the access and we don't know how to swim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we took about 40 boys, went through that process. And then she's watching the young people and she says, I want these 20. And so these 20 kids, we come back and we have another session, water safety plus snorkeling. She's watching these kids and she's looking at the ones that are comfortable being under the water. She says, we generally only go 15 and up, but your boys are so respectful. I want these 10. So she takes those 10, she does another training with those 10. And out of those 10, she found 4 that she wanted to train scuba diving. These boys are 6th graders. And next month, they will be going to the Key West, everything paid for, and they will be getting their certification.
Yeah.
Now, just imagine the opportunities that are now going to open up just because these boys were able to experience water safety, snorkeling, and scuba diving.
Yeah.
So that's what we've been doing over 31 years.
Yeah. It really speaks, Chip, to there's like 4 pillars that come to mind that our organization stands for. When you look at our programming and ultimately how we connect with our young men, we're focused on exposure, relationships, accountability, and purpose. Like exposure, what Doc is describing, I'm a firm believer that your level of success is always dependent upon your level of exposure, right? If you can't see it, you can't be it. We want to expose them to different environments, different possibilities, so that we can begin to expand their thinking. For a good portion of our young men, many of them haven't been outside of their zip code. So think about that for a moment. When you're limited based upon your environment, many times the possibilities and what you believe you can gain access to are restricted. So what we aim to do is to expose them to different environments, expose them to different career paths, expose them to different leaders so that broadens their thinking. That's the purpose of our college tours. When we can allow them to get on a college campus, they can see themselves in that position. That's the purpose of us doing activities within the community, whether it's going to Pacer games and Colts games. I know you're a Houston Texans fan down there, but exposing them to those types of environments, again, it broadens their perspective. And again, like Dr. Rascoe had mentioned, the essence of our organization is through relationships. We build those relationships to create that connection with them. Because to be frank, many of the young men that are coming within our organization, they're coming with a lot of challenges and difficulties that they're experiencing, whether it was something that they learned in their environment, their upbringing, or in their household. So ultimately, us building that connection and establishing that relationship helps to kind of soften up, maybe those hard heads, so to speak, and we're able to connect with them on a deeper level. And then once that connection is established, then trust now begins to rise. And once that trust has been put in place, now we can really pour into you because you understand that we see the best in you. We want the best for you. And ultimately, they begin to take heed to the insights and the wisdom that we're providing them. Another thing is purpose. We want to help our young people know that you're not here just by accident. Right. There's a calling on your life. There's something special that you were created and destined to accomplish and become. And for many of them, it's hard to see it, right? You're looking at your circumstances and your challenges and people that are saying you're not going to be anything in life, right? Looking at statistics of their neighborhood and where they come from. We come to debunk all of that and to help them see what's really possible for them. And then when you talk about accountability, right? We're not just fun and games, but we're going to hold you accountable. When we have these discussions and we talk about, hey, what are some of the challenges that you're having at home? What are some of the challenges that you're having in the classroom? Our young men are sharing these things and their parents are communicating this to us. So during our sessions, we're going to hold you accountable. Yeah. And there's a number of push-ups that our young people have done over the years. I think we had our lifetime reunion not too long ago, and I said we lost count of how many thousands of push-ups we've done over the years, but those push-ups are building some strength. And most importantly, it's developing their character. And as we hold them accountable, they begin to understand that there's a certain standard that they want to live their life according to. And once they begin to raise their standard, that's when the true leader within them begins to be born.
Yeah. I love it so much, man. It's so good. Just the word that comes up for me is words, generational impact.
Yeah.
You know, because when guys can have exposure like that, now you look at the trajectory of their families, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it just changes it instantly when they see those things.
Yeah.
So
And we've got
good.
a number of different examples of how young men that have walked through our doors and been a part of our program and have been transformed in so many ways, right? Where it didn't just carry over into their personal life, but
Right.
in their household,
Yeah.
and them evolving into manhood and starting their own families, leading their own careers, and stepping into the community and stepping into roles of leadership. And a lot of it was because of seeds that were planted within our organization.
It's so good. I think let's go into mentoring. Why do you guys feel that it's important? The mentoring is important.
Um, One of the things that I kind of do in presentations with teachers is you got a different standard of how a male adult interacts with a younger person. And so a teacher is someone that's going to stand up and spit out information.
Mhm.
And a real great teacher is going to make sure that it is received. But in our day and age, most teachers are just pushing out their curriculum. So the relationship is not really there. A coach is going to have practice and practice and practice, but the day of the game, he has to stay on the sideline. And so the kid is actually now performing during the test. Well, a mentor is someone that's going to be with that person along the way, side by side, or behind them, encouraging them, with a nudge, or standing in front of them to protect them from what's ever getting ready to come. But the mentor is there the whole time. And so at this point, I've got 30-year-olds, 35-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 43-year-old that still connects with me. I connect with them to see how things are going, because life's a journey, man.
Yes.
This thing don't change. It keeps coming at you. And so in our program, as David kind of mentioned, we've got the gamut. The oldest mentor is 84 years old, and he's smooth, and he can tell us stuff about Indianapolis.
He knows exactly what you're talking about.
I had some experience with him.
Yes, sir. And all the way down to 16-year-olds, our lifetimers. It's a family thing. It's relational, it's transformational, it's all of that. And so, mentoring is extremely important, because there's so many things that has caused us as humans to be all about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about me. Even gets to the point of greed. And what we're trying to do is, it's not about me, it's about us.
Yeah. Chip, when you asked the question why we believe mentorship is important, what immediately came to mind was a short story that I heard not too long ago, where there's a father and there's a son, and it's during a winter storm. And the son, this was his first experience with snow. And as they're standing there and they had to take this travel to a specific destination, the son was intimidated by the depth of the snow. So what the father told the son was, he says, hey, here's what I want you to do, son. I'm going to be taking steps, right? And I want you to follow in my footsteps so that you don't get plummeted and lost in the snow. And that's the way I look at mentorship, right? Where as we take steps as men, we learn things. We grow from our experiences. Yes, we're going to make some mistakes, but we become stronger and wiser because of it. So we're creating a path, so to speak. And now we can pass that knowledge and that information on to those that are coming behind us, right? And there's many young people that don't have that male figure that's guiding them to get to a specific destination. And that's why mentorship is important all across the board, right? Not just mentors for young men, but mentors in your career development, mentors if you're running and launching a business, right? Mentors for spiritual development. You always want to find a mentor because there's an old quote that says you want to stand on the shoulders of giants, right? And when you do that, you're able to see things from a different perspective. You're able to make better decisions. You're able to be more effective as a leader simply because somebody has given you the knowledge and the information that you need to progress towards that particular goal. So that's why I see it so important for mentorship and for individuals to invest in others and for individuals to seek out mentors, because ultimately it's a guide that's going to help you become everything that you were destined to become as a leader.
That was a motivational speaker, David Gibson.
Boom.
Just drop the mic, right?
Hey, I heard some people say that boy is good. That boy is good.
All credit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in all seriousness, man, you're so right. It's so important to have that positive inspiration, someone that has traveled the path, right? That now, I don't have to make those same mistakes that they've made. I can watch them, and now I can move more efficiently and effectively. And now that puts me ahead of the game. But now it's my duty to share it with others and be that for someone else because I know what it feels like to have received that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I see that as a huge part of our organization.
Big,
Why I believe,
big
why I
part. Yeah.
believe, why I believe it is so impactful because not only do young men go through our organization, not only do coaches and mentors come to volunteer, but we also see the importance of passing the torch and allowing this mission to continue to move forward because we understand what it did for us, right? The young men that come through our program, they understand the value that they receive from the organization. So that's why we have young men that have gone through our organization maybe 5 or 10 years ago that come back frequently and are constantly in the loop and constantly asking how they can support, how they can be a part of what we're doing because they understand this has made me or contributed to who I am as a man now.
Yeah.
So good. Love how you put that. And again, I was thinking about, being in the room and just, I don't know, just the amount of goodness in the room. It's so good. Just the people, their experiences, when you can share those experiences, those life experiences with others, it's so beneficial to have that wise counsel, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You might ask the question, how do people find out about the program? Well, over these years, it's actually been the moms that have been, because we also spend time with the moms, with the grandmothers, give us a call. Let us know what's going on. It may even come off as a vent, 45 minutes later, but it's for the betterment of that family. It helps that young man out. And so communicating with the moms, talking to the boys, we're not punishing the boys. We're not coming down on them. We're holding them accountable. Like you made the choice. This is the consequence, but having someone talk you through it is so much better than you trying to figure it out on your own.
It's priceless.
And I would also add, Chip, that as Doc is mentioning, helping young men talk through their choices and decisions and even their feelings. One key component within our organization is a lot of times it's not even the coaches and the mentors that are conducting those conversations.
Yeah.
Because we have established and developed a particular type of culture, a lot of times it's just the cadets, the students that are actually coaching one another.
Yep.
It's peer coaching, right? Where, you work with young people day in and day out, right? And I'm quite sure you've experienced, maybe somebody watching this right now, you can relate to this as well as a parent, where you may say something to a child and you've said it a number of times, maybe a dozen times, maybe hundreds of times till your face turns blue, right? And then a child their age comes and says the exact same thing. And then they receive it like it's the best thing since sliced bread. Like, oh, I never thought about that. And you sitting here thinking like, I've been saying this for years, right?
Yeah.
It really shows the power and the value of group and peer coaching, where our cadets, again, will hold one another accountable. We have a part of our programming where we do an accountability circle, where we sit the young men down and they talk about their challenges as well as their wins. But we discuss some of the decisions that they made. Maybe they got in trouble at school and they have to share this with the group, right? For one, the spotlight is now on you, right? You made a bad decision in the classroom. You said a foul word or you got suspended. Now, everybody in that room is asking you, why did you do what you did? And providing you with, hey, well, why didn't you try this? Here's a better solution, right? Here's a better choice that you could have made. And they sit there and they soak it up. And then what you begin to notice is the ones that first started within the program, they're kind of new to the organization, they may be raising their hand every Friday night session because they got in trouble. But then sooner than later, they're the ones that are not raising their hand because of something they did wrong, but talking about a win that they experienced. And at the same time, they're coaching other young people on why they need to make better choices. So you see the evolution and the transformation as they're experiencing this peer-to-peer coaching.
Man, blown away. Well, I know I was going to ask you guys about some success stories, but y'all kind of gave some really good ones earlier, early on. But I love as we close for you guys to talk about where they can go follow you guys and check you guys out, see all of the amazing things you have going on. And if there's any organizations or people that would like to help support, how would they do that?
Yeah. First and foremost, the best way to connect with us is visiting our website. That's www.boys2men.org. That's 2 I's for the two. So boys, 2 I's, men.org. You can connect with us via social media. We're on Instagram and Facebook, Boys to Men Inc. That's Boys to Men Inc. Again, both on Facebook as well as Instagram. We're also on YouTube. We share many of our long form content there on that particular platform. That's youtube.com/Boys to Men Inc. So Boys to Men Inc. And ways that you can support. We're always looking for other organizations that we can partner with. Again, we're very big on exposure. So we want to aim to expose our young people to different interests, different passions. As Dr. Rascoe mentioned, C-Scope. We partner with other leadership groups. Anything that exposes our young people to different things that will really broaden their perspective, as well as career paths, any employers out there that may have internship programs, and ultimately looking to get particular young men into certain industries, connect with us. We would love to have those conversations. And of course, as you mentioned earlier, Chip, we're always searching for individuals that would partner with us in donations and helping us raise funds to help us execute on our mission and fulfill the vision that we have for our young people.
Well, again, I just want to say thank you guys for all that you do, all that you have done, all that you're doing, all that you're going to do. I think it's a true blessing to many. And I just, wish you continued success on everything you guys have going on.
Man, we appreciate your support, Chip. And you've been to our sessions and you see the work that we're doing, and
Yeah.
leaders like yourself, man, help us continue this mission and pouring into the young people, because at the end of the day, these are our future leaders. These are the ones that are going to be running, our
Yeah.
communities and, running organizations and businesses and being political leaders. So we want to make sure we're pouring into this future generation. So we thank individuals like you for doing the work that you do.
That's right.
To empower those leaders.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Well, thank you guys, and thank you, audience, for checking out this session. We'll see you next time. God bless.
Go get it.